What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. I heard the scene from I Know What You Did Last Summer. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for? And then remember that remember when the Wayans brothers, what was the movies that they was doing where they was imitating that part? He was like, "What am I waiting for?" And a man jumped off the building. Oh my gosh, that part just flashed in my head. I don't know what that's supposed to mean yet, but keep in mind, I could be real goofy when I want to be, but it has to be a lighthearted message, a lighthearted energy to it, because I'm laughing. But it could be somebody who was praying for, who wished bad for you, and now they doing bad. I don't know, but let's see. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe at some point in this video. He said, "What am I waiting for?" And he just jumps like, well, where the fuck you going? He just ends it all. Okay. So somebody is probably pissed the hell off that you're protected. They can't get to you. Why they can't get to you, okay? What is it? Who cares about what they don't like, right? Let's see, what messages? What message is supposed to come out? Like who is this person? Who is this girl? Who is this it girl? Or it boy? Maybe it's a guy this I don't know. It could be a guy. Who's the it guy? The Shaman of Skulls. Look at the artistry. Isn't that gorgeous? Be there for you. Blame it on my gypsy soul. Somebody couldn't be there to hurt you. And on the bottom, you have on your own terms. She waited a really long time to be saved until one day she decided to save herself. It was a very good day. I hear that. Be there for you. So someone wanted to feed you crap. You know, like crap. Like somebody wanted to convince you that they were right for you or they were a friend to you. But you alchemist that energy. Shaman of Skulls. Skulls is that scorpion energy, that death of transformation. Just as fast as they thought they had you pegged, you flipped the script. You alchemist that person. That person's dead and gone. And you don't let nobody tie your spirit or put you in no kind of cocoon. If anything, they're in your cocoon. You don't let nobody box you in or put you in a box. That's the blunt truth for what I'm trying to say. So you decided to go on your own terms. It's like, well, I tried it your way. It didn't get me anywhere. And then something just in me just took over. My inner spirit, my inner star player just started saying, hey, wait a minute. This is not how we're doing things. Okay? Seven of Pentacles reaps what you sow. Nine of Swords is worry, anxiety, but just also having the intellect and knowing that everything's going to be all right. Honestly, that should go there in the subconscious. There. Overall energy, Seven of Pentacles. Could be fertility. It could be working on something, waiting for the results. Somebody working on something and awaiting the results. And the results never came in. That's what I'm getting. Right? So when the shaman of skulls show up in your reading, it's about you knowing in your heart, that you've been asking for something different, something more, and you know you want your prayers to be answered. You need to know that God is listening. You need a sign. It's like, show me a sign that He's listening. When will the help come? And I can see that message with the on your own terms card came, because it does say on the card, bold as day, that the person, you've been waiting a really long time to be rescued, right? But you can't be no damsel in distress. It's like, you don't need to be afraid of the changes happening, or that they're going to happen. They're happening for you, not to you. And they're part of, and that is the answer within itself from the Most High, the answer to your prayers. You might feel uncertain because you can't see how it's all going to work out at the moment, but you have to know that you're being taken care of, and you're being provided for in a way to move through the transition with grace and dignity. And you're not crazy to willingly enter this experience. You weren't crazy. You have to forgive yourself when things go haywire. There's nothing that you need to avoid so much, and so much that you'll come to gain. So spiritually, it's like there's a transformation with the skull. Obviously, it's something that has meant a lot to you. Somebody that you expected to be there for you, and you've grown apart, possibly. Maybe it's a relationship or a phase in your life or an identity that no longer suits you. And that's what I think it is, the latter part of what I just said. Or it's an inner ending that you can't quite articulate yet, but you feel nonetheless. It's like a symbolic death with a greater purpose. So, shaman, that's spiritual in the Indian culture. Shaman is spiritually trained to overcome the fear of symbolic death. And instead of avoiding the ending, to willingly go through it with the awareness that an ending is simply the other side of the beginning. And to learn that, the endings happen when something new desires to exist or to be born. And know that this is ultimately for the greater good, for your greater good, your higher good, and has the compassion for the human mind that may still feel a little uncomfortable and resistant, due to the process. So even while we may accept the change, even with some gratitude, our minds might feel a little uncertain and afraid, might get a little insecure. We might feel confused or try to cling to what is ending. You don't want to let it go because you're afraid of that it might actually work. And that's natural. That's a natural human response to a loss, especially when we sense that the loss is irreversible. That once it's gone, it's gone. Because if you think about it, the psychology in that, if you knew that it would come back, it's technically not a no. It's a not right now, right? And that life will never quite be the same again. But you have to be patient and know that the new life is happening for you now according to your higher purpose. But your life is meant to change, at that pivotal point. And you should encourage it. This gives me Phoenix Rising vibes. As far as somebody being there for you, you gotta give yourself a break with that. Don't interpret the behavior of other people or circumstances that are beyond your control to indicate something negative about you. It's not about you. You got to forgive yourself for anything that you feel you might have done wrong, or that you can learn from your choices more easily if you stop punishing yourself. Or stop being an enigma for yourself. Whenever you feel that you made some kind of mistake, even the decisions that we regret help us grow wiser. When we use discernment instead of judgment, use a lot of compassion instead. So clearly, you're a person with a sensitive heart spiritually, a beautiful heart. And sometimes the world can't meet, that your heart on those equal terms. Sometimes the heart of others are just too closed off or afraid, but it's cool because you don't come into anybody's life until it's time for change. Period. So you are the catalyst to start the healing process for other people. And sometimes you have to be careful. Sometimes you're patient. When you're a natural healer, you fall in love with your patient. Sometimes your patients fall in love with you. But you have to understand the difference of your counterpart versus your patient. It's not just with a romantic partner. Sometimes it's with relatives too. And I just want to say that, you never have to close down or turn away from a sacred purpose in the world, but you do deserve to be safeguarded and protected and know that you should have your own back, even when fearful. We lash out when we're angry, of course, and we try to hurt other people because we can't get past our own hurt. And sometimes you come across people like that's going through that at the moment, and you're the catalyst to help them through that change. But that's it. You have to give to yourself. You don't want to be depleted, pouring too much into other people and forget to take care of yourself, just as you give to other people. Pardon me, I apologize. So you have to offer yourself that same kindness, that same generosity. And try not to allow people or anyone, to make you feel like you forget. Don't let people inspire you to forget what's true and what's real. You're real. You're a gypsy soul. You don't bend to nobody's will. That's not your nature. But you are being encouraged to say yes to new opportunities and adventures, though. Imagine what that would be like. But you have to say no to what you're holding on to. Ideas and connections and things like that. Especially the ones that fill your heart with that sense of excitement. You get those flutters in your chest. Not the kind that's having a heart attack, but the excitement. You can handle unfamiliar better than the most. Like, you're a person who works well under pressure. But you're supposed to feel like that. You have a gypsy soul, that gypsy souls typically seek out what most people are afraid to do. They seek the adventure, the unknown. They don't know what's going to happen next. They just know they're all for it. So you're being called to open up your horizons. All that what do I want to say? I think you feel like, I think the part of you that's holding on to who you used to be, or a certain relationship, or a certain anything, you feel like you're too mature now. Like, you might have missed your chance, but you can't miss your destiny. You dig what I'm saying? So it's there for you. It's right there. You just have to walk along that path. You have to be open to what life has in store for you. And it's scary, but you're meant to go on that journey. And the journey starts with going and look at yourself. Look inside yourself. Like, you're meant to explore a bigger world, bigger than you. Bigger than the one you knew all this time. Let me see. What else does the cards have to say? I'm using my tarot cards now. Did I tell y'all I hate when people shuffle the cards too loud on the camera? I hope I'm not one of those people because I can't stand that shit when I'm listening to somebody trying to talk and they start shuffling the cards all obnoxious. They be like super loud in the camera, like, psh, like what the fuck? Like, you don't gotta shuffle them that loud like that. That shit get on my nerves. Okay, that was the side note. Three of Pentacles represents teamwork or master, but in this case, I think it's about mastering your gifts. Strengthen up on your gifts. The Hierophant. So you could be a teacher or a guru, or this could represent the Most High, and He's there for you with the Be There For You card. And you have worry in your chest with that Nine of Swords. You got the King of Swords. Like you starting to know better. You wisen up to the truth. And when you know better, you do better. That Nine of Pentacles, that Declaration of Independence. Like you know your path is way more abundant this way. It's not with the stuff you used to be into. Like you've been mastering codependency for too long. Now you got to answer to the call of your nature as a free spirit. Somebody who's independent, but a super intellect. I don't know why people equate free spirits with airheads. But sometimes, like, somebody see a gypsy person, they don't see them as intellectual, and they like the geniuses of the crew. Little do people realize. I don't know where that came from, but you look at the King of Swords, that's a mass communicator. Somebody who's very wise, and that's an expert in his expertise. And you're at the Nine of Pentacles, so you're more successful standing on your own 2 feet than you are or relying on the Most High. Clearly, if you work on your relationship with the Most High, you'll be more wiser, you'll practice better common sense, and you'll be more abundant. That's what those 4 cards say to me. So tell me about the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like the Seven of Pentacles was something that somebody was investing in you. Maybe somebody wanted to put your fire out, like dim the light in so many ways. 1717 is on my camera when I just said that. The Seven of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. Somebody could have been working on you to take your stuff. Nine of Wands. And they, out of paranoia, it could be 2 things. You in your own way, because you're holding on to the old and not, you're becoming paranoid or something like that. And you're blocking your Ten of Pentacles. You at a 7, that's almost at a 10, but the 10 is actually here. So I think it's a matter of you just letting go of the old whatever, people, places, things, so you can come into the Ten of Pentacles, because you also have the 9 here too. So you have 7, 9, and then 10. I'm sorry, 3, 7, 9, and 10. So somewhere along the lines, it speeds up for you with the Hierophant here and your innate wisdom with the King of Swords here, and that's a public speaker. And what's next is the Queen of Pentacles on top of the 3 of Pentacles. So that's somebody, a woman of value, somebody who's a good mother, good wife, good homemaker, good businesswoman. Death of transformation. I'm tired of being somebody's freak. I want to be somebody's wife. Well, there you go. That paranoid, that Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands energy is never good. That's negative. You know what I mean? You got to change your mind to change your spirit. Change your mind to change your life. Page of Cups. You could want a baby, or you could be doing it. Some of you can have a daughter. Some people have a daughter. I'm doing this. I'm committing. I'm becoming more committed or more true to myself. I'm answering to my true nature to set a better example for my children or my daughter. 3 of Wands came out in reverse. Why are you impatient? Impatient and impulsive. Why? Justice. Because you're trapped in a marriage that doesn't work to an asshole. Whoa, shit. and you keep going to the leader of the community about it, the minister who married you, and it's not helping. And I'm thinking, like, what kind of example am I setting for my children? And it's getting to be too much. King of Wands. This is you, creative accountability. I feel like that's not another man. That's creative accountability. That's business. That's somebody who's real serious about their business. That's somebody who's very passionate. But that's polar opposite energy of the King of Swords. That's your lawyer. Somebody got a kick-ass lawyer that's going to eat the case. 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Yeah. That's a money-hungry lawyer that's going to come in and save the day. It's going to propel you to walk away, to get you out of the hell of your own making, as I heard, with the Strength card. You're going to have the courage to stand up and not be in this codependent situation, and you're going to start to learn how to do things on your own terms, especially with the 9 of Pentacles here. Yeah. Like, you're too free to be condemned by somebody's rules. It's not just rules in general, it's somebody's rules. And you're tired of people talking shit about you. With the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Swords. You don't want nobody talking shit or talking down to you, like condescendence. Lord. With Kings here, this has been the dynamic of your whole relationship. Like, it's well seasoned in being tyranny and disrespectful like that on one hand. On the other hand, you have a kick-ass attorney, somebody who's been like really controlling. You just want to take you and your kid and just start fresh somewhere else. You want to be brave, and you want to have that courage. Right now, you feel like you look like a coward in front of your own child or children, and you want justice, and you're going to get it because somebody's been like bullying you because you're answering to your higher calling. Somebody's bullying you like that. Now they don't want to be there for you. They want to leave you out in the cold. They want to make people think you're crazy, paranoid, schizophrenic. Oh, you really have psychic abilities, and somebody wants to put you in a mental hospital for it. Oh, fuck off. Whoever did that, that's not nice. But you know what? There was an era where people couldn't say what their psychic abilities allowed them to do, because they would end up in a psych ward because of it. Because it's just frowned upon in society to practice psychic abilities. Likewise, you have the police departments and stuff who want to solve murders and unsolved mysteries, and they use people with these psychic abilities to get to the root of it. Isn't that something? Tomato, tomato. The Death card in reverse. See, it goes back to you not wanting to let go. Like, you're having a hard time letting go, but that's because you're wise. You have the sense. You realize that it's over. Like, it's over. Like, you know that there's no reconciliation. There's no way there could be a reconciliation. You know that. So why do you want to stay? Because you think you can repair it instead of taking the journey. Because being a free spirit is way scarier than the stability of it. Like, you're a person who is a little bit logical, but it's just hard. Like, you got this kid and you got this free spirit, you got this higher calling, but the chariot propels forward no matter, even if they don't know what's going to happen, you are going to end up moving forward. You go from a 0 to a 7. Just like you go from a 3 to a 7. Like, you're moving no matter what, but you're scared at the same time. Like, the impact of it being over, you think it's going to be a bigger hit than what it actually is. Like, you think that this person is going to screw your life up or make it super hard or just make your life a living hell. because you're stepping away from them and on your own 2 feet. And it's really baffling this person that you're doing that. But you have to do what's best for you. You don't give a shit. You know that it's time to leave because you waited and you gave it time to heal itself. And you're Phoenix Rising. You're illuminated. It's a green light. You have to get the hell out of there. All these major arcanas here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they all back to back too. All these major arcanas. Yeah, you're freeing yourself. You're not stuck anymore. You see things from a different perspective. That's your third eye opening. You are a woman of value. You're not somebody's doormat. That's the bottom line. You took a look in the mirror and said, nah, you can't. I can't conform to your deities and the jinns that moves through you so freely. You can see that in somebody. Somebody is freaked the fuck out that your ability to see the demonic forces that moves through their body. You can see it. But you're scared that this person might be on a public, in the community, well known in the community where their word they have a lot of power in a way where they use it for corrupt. So they could be, if they say something against you, now that y'all not together, like it protects you at the same time, even though it's a belligerent situation. So if they say something against you, say you step away and stand on your own 2 feet, it has that high potential of turning the people away from you. But it's not a go-ahead because you're only at the 9 of Cups. So they have some influence. They have a great influence, but not quite. Just like your pre-empress with this 9 of Pentacles here. You know that you're going to start to, your abundance is going to be released to you as you stand up for yourself. And you realize that part too. It's like, it's give and take. It's like, do I stay here and be muted, or do I just pray on it and just keep going? And they're going to, the messengers had rocks thrown at their skin so they bled, their feet until they bled. They were spit at. Had things thrown at them. They had trash thrown at them because they told the truth. And they look, the truth still stands to this day, says the Most High. The Most High will tell somebody straight up, go produce your swords if you're truthful. If you have the authority to pass beyond the zones of my heavens and earth, go ahead and do it. But you could never do it without my permission. So, with that being said, you're getting the integrity. I feel like you've been reading on some holy books, even if it's not that one in particular. They all based off the same thing, off the same higher power. And he said, like the first commandment, single me out in worship. Don't associate anything with me. So with that being said, on that basis, you have the strength. I see the death card being in reverse as you weighing your pros and your cons. So you just say, you know what? You can't put a price on a peace of mind. And another major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. And it changed. The tables turned. The wheels turned as soon as you made that decision. And look what's on the bottom. The Magician. You already have the tools in you. You don't have to manipulate nothing. You already have it in you to make life happen for yourself. Knight of Wands. It's happening fast. It's happening fast. Those intuitive hits. You see how that light is shining on her? It's like, what else you got? And then you got the Moon. That's your intuition. Don't worry about secrets. Don't worry about nobody revealing your secrets. Don't worry about that. That's not important. But the Moon is here. And that's you have to trust your intuition. And I think that you do. Because what don't come out in the wash always comes out in the rinse. So with the sun being there, the bullshit will be illuminated. You just keep doing you. Okay? One more card. Page of Wands. New beginnings. Better, conversations with experts, and you're likely to have spiritual. You're connecting with people who can help you turn your talent into a business and be real business savvy. That's what I take this as. Especially when you put that with the magician. And the wheels are turning in your favor. So that is what I have for you. Like, share, and subscribe. It's very interesting. The mind, the fuckery, the mind games that people like to play. The games that people play. But you know who you are. You stand true to yourself. And what she say? It was a good day. Until one day she decided to save herself. Like, look, let me try to do what I ideally feel like I deserve and see how that pans out. And that was a good day. Okay, until next time.